What's good with everyone? This is DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. I got Coach Joe, the OG, in the building. How you doing, Coach?
I'm great, DJ. How you doing this evening, my brother? What's going on, family in the room? What's happening? Let's turn up.
Guess who the first person in here? Dexterous Crockett.
There he is.
Been waiting on this conversation about the Pelicans.
There's Hoop, too. What's up, Hoop?
What's good, Hoop Jargon? New media. You already know what it is.
Yes.
So since we're new media and we're not like Shine Networks, let's give the real. The Pelicans, they're not a playoff team. They can win a couple games. They have failed this season. You're right, Jacoby Williams. They failed. Number one, their offense is outdated. Me and Coach Joe have been saying it, but buffoons were telling us, well, Stan Van Gundy knows this, and Stan Van Gundy took the magic here. But what did I tell you? It's all about what have you done for me lately. Stan Van Gundy for the Pistons was terrible. And that's why he got fired. Now the Pelicans are 28-35. And since they're in a tough Western Conference, and since they don't have a player like Steph Curry, I don't see them getting that 10th seed. Coach Joe, do you see the Pelicans getting the 10th seed from the Warriors?
You know, head and heart here is what I got to go with this. To be honest with you, DJ, because when I look at the Pelicans, I see a lot on that team that I like.
Right.
You know what I mean? That I feel invested in. B.I. from being here, Lonzo, obviously, Zion, his story and what's going on with Zion and his journey. I love that Jackson Hayes. It's a lot I like about them. So I want them to succeed. I want to say, yeah. But when I watch them, man, they look so disjointed. It's like, the feeling for me is like when I've been watching a tournament, an AAU tournament in the summer, and we on the 5th or 6th day of it, and you've been in the gym, 2 days every day, or 3 days, minute and days, and the last day you just want all of it to be over with, kind of. That's what it's like watching them. It's like, man, can this just like hurry up? And it just started. And I don't understand why. And it's because they don't really have no leadership on this team. None. And if you don't have leadership in the NBA, you are not going to be very successful. And that's just period. You're going to be hit and miss, hit and miss, hit and miss. Because the NBA is about consistency. And grown men are the only ones that really understand that and the pressure of that and performing in that kind of environment. See, and this front office is one of them front offices that believes that false narrative that they did something because they rode somebody else's coattails. And it's showing out to be what they are, frauds. All that talent, all dressed up and everything, and ain't got nowhere to go. Sad.
It is sad. And every time I force myself to watch a Pelicans game, you realize I say force myself because when I watch the Pelicans, it's like watching paint dry. It's boring. It's pathetic. Lack of chemistry. A bunch of dumbass hero ball. And it's just plainly not fun. But we got to discuss Lonzo Ball because he plays for the Pelicans. Now, family, let's be honest now. The one problem Lonzo has is lack of consistency. It's a major problem that he has to get fixed. Maybe if he goes to another team and he gets the keys and he gets to be himself, maybe that can change. But as of now, like Jacoby Williams says, Lonzo has one good game. Then the next game, he's not. Even Lonzo 4 point ain't it. Now the Pelicans won this previous game against the lowly Thunder, who's playing nothing but G Leaguers. But Lonzo had 6 points, 6 assists, 10 rebounds. Now, Coach Joe, it's not the point that he had 6 points, which is too low, by the way. But let me read this other stat. He went 0 for 8 from 3. Bad percentage, but that's not the point. He took more threes than twos. Let me repeat that. Lonzo Ball took more threes than twos. Now, the scouting report in the NBA is already out. He likes to take threes. So what does that tell you? The lanes are there. I mean, Lonzo doesn't even have to be creative to get to the basket. He's faster than most. He's stronger than most point guards. And he's not taking advantage of it. It's holding him back. And if anyone disagrees, tell me where I'm wrong. You see, Coach Joe, I could have went in and said Lonzo can't shoot threes, but I never went that way. You know why, Coach?
Why?
Because
Yeah.
I knew his 3-point shot gotten better.
Right.
But right now he's forcing his threes because he don't want to take twos. What do you think about what I just said, OG?
I mean, you hitting the bell, ding, ding, ding. I mean,
Ding, ding, ding.
yeah, you hitting it, DJ, because it's frustrating. I'm gonna tell you what I saw the other day. That just really, how do I say? I understand why I was seeing what I was seeing, but it was so disappointing to still be seeing it. His body language in that an entire game, because I watched most of that game. I watched a lot of it, too much, really, on a replay. His body language was horrible. He didn't look like, to me, he wanted to be out there, kind of. He was going through the motions, kind of. And I was kind of just perplexed. I was kind of like going, just thinking to myself, going, I don't get it. Y'all not, you're not cruising toward a playoff spot. You're not building toward anything right now. You're trying to, scale the mountain still. And y'all out here going through the motions, literally going through the motions, just not really trying to do anything other than what's right in front of you. And I'm gonna tell you something that is apparent to me about Lonzo's game and what is required in the NBA. It's the difference between a dude in boxing that like Muhammad Ali, a guy who Muhammad didn't like taking punches, but he could take one, and he knew he would have to be in range of taking one in order to give one. Lonzo don't want to get. He's one of them boxers that don't want to take no punch. He rather not even give one.
Coach
to not
Joe.
have to take one. And I think that's what it is, and that's what's so disappointing. I saw it the other night. Yeah, go ahead, DJ.
No, you make an excellent point. I want you to ask this one because I knew this was going to happen once we made our observations, our analysis on Lonzo. What we see, the game we see from him. Now, Island Gem says it's design of the team. He literally can't drive with Zion and Adams in the paint. Coach's design. I get what you're saying, but Coach Joe, when teams are guarding Lonzo, is the paint open enough for him to drive? From what you see, Coach?
He has the speed and athleticism to get to the rim, without a doubt.
Okay. So that's the problem. Island James. He's got to take advantage of it. If you watch teams, like if BI has the ball, of course they're going to close the paint. They don't want him to get to the basket. When Lonzo has the ball, I don't know if you pay attention, but they kind of take away the passing lanes and they open up the driving lanes just enough.
Facts.
Look at the film. It's just enough because they're like, okay, he's not going to drive to the basket. So we're good with it. They sag in the paint when Lonzo has the ball every time. Island Gem says, if you watch closely, DJ, I'm telling you, they don't even run because of personnel. He needs, yeah, that's true too. But both, here's the part you're missing. Both things can be true.
Facts.
Yeah, they need to run things for him as a point guard, but Lonzo has to take advantage when he has the ball. And Coach Joe, what did I say months ago what Lonzo has to do to be vocal, right?
Facts.
Sometimes you got to weigh people out. Look at Chris Paul.
Wait. Hey, DJ, forget Chris Paul. How about Halliburton?
Oh, boy. Yes.
A rookie.
He did that tonight.
How about I'm watching. They own now. LeBron's first game back. He out here putting in work on Schroeder in the Lakers. You know what hit me the other day when I was watching that game, DJ, too, that was kind of sad, is that this is LaMelo's class in the NBA right now. So that means that literally, honestly, Lonzo was a senior when LaMelo's class was the 8th grade.
Right.
And you still trying to separate and distinguish yourself when you didn't have that many classes that we on there. We up to there. This is some man stuff to me. This ain't got nothing to do with schemes and all the rest of that. This is like AD the other day. It happened the other day with the Laker game with AD the other day. Hachimura welcomed his behind butt back to the game in a very unique NBA way, which is dunk on his ass and knock him to the ground and hit him in the face. And that's what he did. AD was on the ground holding his nose. And none of his teammates rushed over either to get him, to help him up either, by the way. They let him sit there a while. See, because you can't be out here playing games, trying to work yourself in like somebody gonna give you some break. These is other grown men out here. Ain't nobody gonna give you no break. Nobody care if Lonzo is stay out there shooting threes, going over 8 all day. They don't care. You gotta show them. You gotta say, no, this is who I am. And he's shown me thus far. I don't see this changing. He don't like a punch, man. He don't like a punch. He way too athletic to not be more aggressive. Way too athletic and big. Don't make no sense to me.
And you know what? And if anyone says that, you guys ain't rooting for Lonzo, we're saying this. We wouldn't even bring up Lonzo if we didn't care about him doing well. Let's put that out there. That's why we point out the Hornets' mistakes first, because we want you guys to learn that a lot of things can be true in his situation. Yes, he needs to play point guard more, but also he needs to force the issue. That's what the NBA is all about. And this is not to compare, but you see it with LaMelo. And let me read some of these comments. Shout out to Casanova. Shout out to J.K. Robinson. J.K. Robinson says, sometimes you got to call your own number. Facts. You can never let your team ruin your groove. There were so many times LaMelo this season, and Coach could attest, where teams were looking him off. LaMelo in the second half called his number with no plays scripted for him. Because if you watch the Hornets, plays scripted for Devontae Tebe Graham. But that's another topic for a different day. So LaMelo will make all these random plays. And he's not even faster than Lonzo. He's not even stronger than Lonzo. Lonzo is stronger, faster, has more quick twitch than LaMelo. So there's no excuses for Lonzo to not take advantage of his gifted abilities. Some people are saying, "Oh, he had a couple injuries. That's why he don't want to drop." You got to make up your mind. You know how many players with injury? Look at Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose has so many serious injuries. It's a miracle seeing him attack the bat like he does. But he does it anyway so he could provide for his family. This is what some of y'all are not understanding. The NBA is a man's game. They're not only trying to provide for themselves, but for future generations. And you cannot stand back and allow your team to mess up your future. Ever. Island Jam says, I agree with you. He needs to be vocal and shout BI at times. He's literally BI do boy, but you got to believe it's the coach's schemes. That's why I said both things are true. We can't go coaches. It's not like that all the time. Big Body Gamer says when Lonzo has the ball, they sag off him and even go under the screens. Facts. They honestly try to make him a scorer. That's what they do.
Look, you know, for me, DJ, and family in the room, you know, LaMelo came here has been a curse and a blessing for Lonzo. It really has. It's been a blessing and a curse. Because in a way, Melo has highlighted Lonzo's what he's good at, and his uniqueness of his skill set in the NBA, and how valuable that is. Melo has stamped it with his overall game. But Melo also has stamped also the obvious fact that Lonzo is greatly deficient offensively in his development as a basketball player as well. His brother comes into the league as a 19-year-old having the ability to score at 3 levels in the NBA. And Lonzo still can only score consistently at 1 level of the game. For those that can see it, know that it's a bit of an indictment. And that's why it was so disappointing for me to see him going through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going through the motions. But I guess that's today's NBA, because I guess the fact of the matter is his skill set is rare. He's coming up in a free agency at the end of the season that is in his favor as a player, because it's not a lot of people in this class in this free agency coming up. So it's in his favor, but I think we're talking about more than just the money and whether he belongs or not. I think we're talking about whether he can distinguish himself as being a great player in this game, in this league. That's what I think this is about.
You know what's sad, Coach? I'm going to really throw your heads up with this one. You know the people that's saying that the Hornets should get Lonzo? If Lonzo would have shown the ability to be a normal scorer at times, it doesn't have to be all that he was tap the basket when need be, hit a mid-range while keeping his 3. You never know. Charlotte probably would have said, "Hey, man, Lonzo Ball's averaging close to 20 points per game. If we could get Lonzo, we could keep LaMelo." You know what I mean?
Yep.
But since he's not really doing that, they're like, we can't even make a trade for that because we have our guy in LaMelo. We're not trying to have a bunch of passing guards.
Right.
That's the only way you
You,
can get Lonzo on the Hornets.
you know what, DJ, you hitting an important point there. Look, two players are showing us what the options are. The ceiling and the reality. Ben Simmons is still not shooting threes, but he's excelling in every other way that his skill set gives him the ability to impact the game. Everybody can see that, and everybody can see the value of his game. In a game where more players today shoot over 40% this season from 3-point land than we've ever had. Teams are taking way more 3-pointers than they ever had. We ever have. So shooting is a premium, and yet this kid is all NBA, all star, voted by the NBA overwhelmingly because he excels in everything else other than that one area, and it's valuable. So Lonzo has the blueprint in between Melo and Ben Simmons, but just not just kind of just hitting, missing, and kind of playing with energy and not playing with energy and all that. I just don't. That ain't elite to me. That's regular to me. Regular NBA. That ain't elite NBA to me. Elite NBA dudes have a motor about them that that the game inspires and juvenates them. Just the competition. Just I'm out there against somebody else, man. This dude trying to, I'm trying to get him. Man, let's get this, man. It's that, man. He don't have that, man. You gotta have that, man, in this game to be elite. He don't have that. I'm sorry.
I get what you're saying. It looks like Lonzo is comfortable.
Comfortable, yep.
Like, yeah, like somebody's gonna give me an off season. I'm cool. I'm calm. I'm comfortable.
Yep.
And
yep.
You just can't have that, man. You just can't have that. SMG talk says he can't be consistent on a team that doesn't have an offensive playbook written up for him. I mean, look at other players that don't. I mean, shoot, LaMelo doesn't have his coach making plays for him, but he makes something happen out of nothing. That's why I told you guys, some of y'all gotta stop acting like only one thing is the reason why he's not playing at the level he should. That's not true at all. Coach Joe just mentioned Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is afraid to take threes. But if Ben Simmons was in the market, you know how many teams would want him? That's what I'm talking about. Simmons attacks the basket. That's what he does. And he takes advantage of teams who play him differently. That's what being a point guard is all about. Let me read some of these comments. My Park Boss says, I don't want Zoe in the Hornets unless JB is fired. I don't know. The management seems to like JB, so I don't know about that. SMG says Lonzo better than Simmons. I would love for that to be true, my brother. But I can't really justify. Like if I'm in basketball circles, coach, right?
Facts.
And I tell people Lonzo is better than Ben Simmons, I'm going to get laughed off by everybody, and deservedly so. they'll either say, I like Zoe, but I ain't gonna put him over Simmons. You tripping. That's what they would tell me. And we got a cash app from Toro Island, man. Thank you for supporting the channel, my brother. And you said good show. It's just getting started, my brother. It's just getting started because we talking about LaMelo Ball, the Meloholics, man. It's gonna be on it popping.
Yes.
Taufik says SMG talks talking taking what the defense gives you. Yeah, that's what it's all about. You can at least do that even if your coach is not scheming up for you.
But DJ, see, my issue is that most of the game is played like jazz is played spontaneously, extemporaneously. It's not about being scripted. It ain't like 5 seconds in the game or 2 seconds in the game we scripted a play. Most of it is a flow. Okay, and as fast as Lonzo is, okay, with the ball in his hands and how he can change speeds, going north and south is fine. His problem is going east and west, and the NBA, you have to be able to make the defense honest, and your team needs you. If the ball is in your hands, you have to be able to go to the basket at some respectable level. You can't still be struggling at his size and his athleticism with that. It doesn't make sense to me at all. See, we have been told for so long about he hadn't had summers and he was injured. He was, and I accepted that. But he's had plenty of time now to be able to show some level of NBA efficiency at going to the basket and adding that aspect to his game, and he hasn't been able to do that thus far.
He hasn't. It's okay to say it. It's okay to say it. Hopefully next season he can see the light. And you don't trust me. Draymond Green is a great utility player, but you don't want to be compared as the point guard Draymond Green. You don't want that title.
Facts.
Because what it's telling you, yeah, you can get some assists, but you can't create your own offense. And we ain't gonna take you seriously on offense. You don't want to have that. You don't want to have that label. Because you got a lot of people who are cool though saying, oh, there's nothing wrong with being the point guard, Draymond Green. Nah, that's not good. That's not good. Now, if I'm a forward, I'm okay with that because I could get $100 million contract by hustling and facilitating. That's cool. But as a guard, hell no. But again, this is what Coach is talking about. Shout out to Claudia Portia Taylor. She said, my new Melo jacket is on fleek. Oh boy, the Meloholics are turning up. I tell you one thing, when LaMelo, and I'm saying this before it gets out there, when LaMelo gets number 1, I will get his jersey. I'm not getting it yet now. I don't know LaMelo at number 2. I just don't. But LaMelo at number 1, I know that, brother, and I'm going to get that jersey.
Yeah. Me, I'm with you on that too. Any apparel that I have, it has to have a Melo 1 on it. 101.
Yeah, we only rep the 1 of 1. That's his brand, not the 2 of 2. I don't know 2 of 2. But Taufik says, I support Zoe, but let me go. He said, I support Zoe, but let's be honest, Zoe don't just need a system that suits him for him to succeed, like Earl Watson says it. Zoe needs to be confident to call his shots besides threes alone. Bingo. Confidence.
Hey, this is a grown man league, man.
Right.
This ain't no college or high school. This is a grown man league, man. There's dudes all over the world, man, that wish they could play in this league. That can play basketball, man. This is supposed to be the elite of the elite, family, and this is based upon the fans. Okay, this system of NBA and what this is about. This is not about no ownership and all of that stuff and what their franchise and how long they've had it. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is a fan driven. 80% of their revenue comes from the fans. Okay, that's what this is about. And I bought that league pass this year, so I got a piece of it as well this year. So this is ridiculous. That we're gonna talk about this product that they put now, and then when it's working well and it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, we'll give its kudos. But when it's not and it needs to be addressed, and there's BS going on, we're gonna say that too.
This is what, Coach, the fourth year? Like, I don't need to be saying, oh,
Facts.
Lonzo just needs to have confidence at his fourth year. You either got the confidence or you don't. You either got it or you don't. I was on Twitter, OG, and me and the brother Hoop Jargon, we got this joke, right? Now, we've been supporting Zoe before anybody even came on the scene, right? Just like Coach has been supporting them for a long time. Hoop Jargon has bought their stuff before it was popular. Went to the JBA games, etc. So Hoop Jargon, the brother, shout out to you. He has a joke saying 16, the king of 16, meaning once he hits 16 points, he usually doesn't go over 16 when he hits 16 points. He did it again 2 games ago, and we were just a little laughing about it. He's like, the king of 16 strikes again. And lo and behold, people are saying, y'all not real fans of Lonzo. Why y'all keep making? I'm like, come on, man. It's an inside joke, and it's not that serious. Come on, man.
And see, and
But you know what's
also,
funny?
DJ, and also we can be, Zoe has elite skill sets in the NBA. Nobody's denying that. I'm not denying that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think DJ's denying that either. We're not saying everybody in the NBA, there are a lot of players in the NBA that have elite skill sets. That's why they're in the NBA. One of the best 500 something ballers supposedly in the world. That's why. We're not talking about that. It's a lot of teams could use Lonzo. Of course they can. We've said
Yeah.
that the Clippers would be a great fit for Lonzo. I still
Right.
say that the Clippers would be a great fit for Lonzo. There are other teams. I mean, Mike Conley is thriving in the Utah that collection down there in Utah. He's been in the league forever in Memphis. Okay, he's finally playing at a more consistent kind of a level now. He's settling to his role. It's taken him a long time, but he always could score on the number of different levels. He just couldn't stay healthy.
Coach Joe, how are we hating when we say Lonzo has this gifts to do better and he's stronger and more physically better than guards, but he's not taking advantage of that? How is that hating when we're telling the truth? You would want someone to say, hey, he has the skill to do it.
Well, to me, I'm not gonna. I don't put my experience and what I've seen in comparison to anybody. I'm just saying what I see. I don't have any hidden agendas or any trying to spin any narratives or anything like that. I'm clearly on board as huge supporters of the Ball family, all of them, and that's well said. How I feel about them overall and individually. So I don't accept, when people say hating DJ, I don't just take that they talking about me. They can't be talking about me. I don't hate on no Ball. None of the Ball family is about nothing. So I don't. They ain't talking about me. They must be talking about something or somebody else, or
Yeah, I
maybe
know.
themselves. I don't know.
I guess when I made videos, ethering Jeff Goodman for hating on the family, or ethering media cronies who have taken personal shots of Zoe. I guess I'm not a fan, even though I've been doing it before. A lot of people just supporting the family. It's called constructive criticism. You know what's funny, Coach Joe? Remember that video I made about LaMelo? LaMelo was
Facts.
passive.
Mm-hmm.
The same people saying this stuff was like, man, that's one of your better videos, DJ. Very objective. Wow, you broke it down. I say one thing about Zoe, that he needs to take advantage of what the team's giving him. You're not a fan. You're me to cut it. What have we always said? And we're going to say it again because I don't really give a damn. The NBA is a man's game. People are trying to feed their families. Sometimes you got to be selfish, man, and not let people mess up your game. And shout out to Walter Robinson for the $5 super chat. He says, at work, salute. Let me get something on LeVar's latest interview a little later on the show. I'll look it up. If I find it, I'll definitely play. OG, I like that button.
That sound in Vegas pretty cool. Yeah. No, I know hating is going on. One thing about professional sports, on any, no matter what it is, the proof is in the pudding. Okay, we got tape and all kinds of things and highlights, and numbers, and everything else to back up what you did. People can talk about, we can discuss why you did what you did and how you did what you did and all that till we blue in the face. But you either in this game, in these games, you either getting it done or you're not. Simple. It ain't complicated, and nobody gets to be above that. Nobody.
Right on. Shout out to J&J Video. Says shout out to DJ and Coach and all. Shout out to you, sister. And I
Shout out to
see.
you. Shout out to you, J and J. My sister, I'm gonna call you as well. We didn't speak. I meant to call you today. I've been busy. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry,
there's
DJ.
a question I want to see. Any news on when LaMelo will play? Oh, I'm glad you said that. Now we can get to that point. So good news, as reported by Charlotte, LaMelo is questionable. Questionable. So it's 50-50. He could play tomorrow. He could not play tomorrow. It depends on the coaching staff. So when it's questionable, it's past the medical staff. It's really just on the coaches. And they played the Detroit Pistons. Now, I would love to see LaMelo play, but would it surprise me if James Borrego would just hold him back the game? Nah. Probably James Borrego want to see one good look of Devontae Graham just taking a bunch of shots before he gives the keys back to LaMelo so he can take it to overdrive. Coach, he needs one good look.
Just one.
He's like, dang, man. Does LaMelo got to play?
Yeah, me and you were speaking about this kind of earlier, and I kind of feel like that ship has sailed. And I'm gonna tell you guys why. I look at when I'm watching the information that comes out and that we get that's filtered, obviously, a lot of it. I've been around it enough to be able to glean some things from some of the stuff that I see. And there's a video going around now with Miles and Melo and Rozier, and Melo is having a 3-point shooting contest with his left hand with Miles. Now we all know who've been watching Charlotte that Miles is left-handed, and Melo's hitting threes with his left hand, and Miles is hitting threes with his left hand, but clearly Miles is left-handed, and Melo's dancing in the video, and just being himself. And that just spoke to me his comfortability and his teammates' comfortability in him. That and also his skill level, because that's all them dudes are always competing with each other. Melo out here shooting with his left hand, going challenge Miles, who's left-handed, who's shooting 40% this year from the three, having a great year shooting the three, best that he's had. Letting them all know I'm still the man. That's what I saw.
Right. And shout out to Miles Bridges. He's really taking his game to another level. I'm not really surprised. Sometimes you got to get a young player a chance. Sometimes it's not always cool to just overpay certain players. I know who I'm talking about, and just expect results. But the Gordon Hayward signing, as we all know, that's not a Mitch Kupchak problem. That's a Michael Jordan problem. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I mention that. Shout out to J&J Video for the $5 super chat to help grow the nation. He says, "New Media Nation United. I'm a Melo-holic." Melo-holics. Where are my Melo-holics? Let me know where you're at. Let me know where you're at. And Coach Joe, we're going to play this interview from James Borrego. This came from the Charlotte Hornets page. So let me play this real quick, and we're going to talk about what we think.
Facts. Melo-holics turn up. Our boy is coming back.
About damn time. I miss it.
To have Melo and the league participate, today was a big boost for us. They look good. They made that next progression here. So, it's just great to have them back on the floor. There's a lot of excitement, energy. Both guys bring us, some high-level playmaking, shot-making, creation for us, especially this time of year. This is our final stretch run, last 10. So both look good. I don't have any breaking news right now, but, they're questionable for tomorrow. And we'll make a determination, tomorrow at some point.
I got to give credit for James Borrego here. He's getting more honest with his interviews.
Facts.
Talks about the need of the playmaking, not just LaMelo, but Malik Monk. Let's keep it real now. Malik Monk is a microwave, especially when he's on. But he's missing that. He's missing the chemistry. LaMelo is a passing savant. But he mentioned another key component, scoring.
Yep. He said he also said diversity and playmaking. See, that's right. Him. Giving heads up to Melo and his contributions. As I said, when he made that video and said, Melo was responsible for them being in fourth place at the time, and to me, JB took a step because you don't miss your water till your well runs dry, is how it goes. And when he didn't have Melo, that well was certainly dry. Okay, and so now you could hear the excitement in his voice to have this unique talent, and also his best player back on the floor when it looked like when he went out that he was going to be out for the rest of the year. And as he's still on track. I said he was coming back at the end, and he was gonna save the day, Hollywood style, Hollywood, and I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen. Melo-holics, where you at?
Let them know. Melo-holics.
I can't wait to see this kid play again, man. Oh man, see, look, See, listen to this, DJ. Listen to this. How many of us can't wait to come back? Why? To see him play.
Man, it's a bunch, man. The ratings are gonna go up.
We
The
ain't
NBA
talking about
missed
to
him.
see him. We ain't talking about to see his shoes. We ain't talking about to see him shoot one aspect of his game. I can't wait to see him rebound. I just can't wait to see him throw one pass to Miles. No, we are excited because we get to see a young man, a generational talent, just ding the boxes left, right, and center. Do this and do this and do this and do this and do this. Eric Collins is gonna go crazy. I can't wait to see the
replay. Man, we sure missed him. We took it for granted, man. We took it for granted. No, I know we didn't, but the NBA community took it for granted. You know what's crazy, Coach Joe? There's people that talked all this mess about LaMelo Ball are now admitting, man, when is he coming back?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's funny how that works.
Oh, well, hey, the cream always rises to the top. I keep saying, people can talk and say all they want, but when that ball, is thrown up and we get to bouncing and squeaking, let's see what you're gonna do then. Nobody want to hear all that talking and them excuses and see what had happened was. Nobody want to hear all that. What'd you do? How'd you do? That's what we want to know. Because we got tape.
And Fozzie, that sounded fake, to be honest. He just said that. He just said what we wanted to hear. Well, I think there's some truth to it, too. I think he has faced reality. Jacoby Williams said, shout out to Jello for making the right decision with the NBL. He's time with an NBL team. That's news to me. I didn't hear that.
Okay, well, if
you
he
hear
did,
that, Coach Joe?
All right. If he did, I hadn't heard it either. But if he did, hey, I'm happy to hear that. Playing ball again.
Yeah, I'm just glad he playing ball. Shoot, I didn't care if it was $10 too.
See, let me give you an example right here of what I think we're seeing also as well, DJ, the family, and those that are listening. Melo is a classic example. Melo doesn't check as many boxes as Lonzo, and he doesn't check as many boxes as LaMelo, obviously. But the one particular box that he does check is he can stroke that three. And in this NBA, that's an exciting thing to be able to do. If Jello can find himself on the floor in this game here with the floor spread and people kicking the ball all around the floor and him shooting wide open threes, he can become a part of a team and a community that people can be excited about to come and watch. See, Jello make threes. Okay. I didn't make that exciting. DJ didn't make that exciting. We didn't make that the premium of the NBA, but that's where we find ourselves. And Lonzo has to do some other things if he's going to be considered elite.
Talk to him, Coach. Prince P says JB might be trying to save his job. A lot of things can be true on that.
Yeah, he may be trying to save his job, but I mean, Melo is a foregone conclusion now. Anybody that's hating on Melo now and not being honest about what Melo brings to the table and Melo's skill is just plain, just being just ridiculous. Not even worth the conversation. I mean, come on. It's clear what Melo means to the NBA and to his team. Clear. Come on now. Not what people hope him to mean. Not what we're projecting him to mean. Not what we're thinking one day he's going to mean. No, right now. Right now, the Charlotte Hornets are missing the best playmaker on their team, the best all-around player on their team, the best scorer, the best rebounder, the best assist, the best playmaker all around on their team. That's what they've been missing. A dude that can score anywhere from 20 to 30 points a game, who can get you 7 or 8 or 9 assists a game, can get you 6 or 7, 8 rebounds a game, and keep your team running, and keep dudes playing in their positions who can play to their strengths. That's who this dude is. So anybody, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see that now. It's evident.
All right, let me continue some of the interview.
If both are a go, but what I can say is they both progressed to a more comfortable level right now. Now we'll just have to make a determination tomorrow on what we do with tomorrow night's game. But I was very encouraged. Our group was very encouraged to have him out there today.
And you have to kind of, I guess, ease them back in minutes-wise. How do you think you manage that to kind of make sure they have?
All right, Coach Joe, you hear that question?
Yes. Yes.
Ease them back in the game. This is going to be very important. I can't wait to hear this.
Yes.
Don't re-injure anything or stuff of that nature.
Yeah, we're not going to run on major minutes, especially early on, and their runs early won't be heavy runs. 4 or 5 minute runs to take a look at them. When we get there, obviously we're not there yet for sure, but when we do get either or both of them back, we'll ease them in. We're not going to play full minutes quite.
Oh my God! Okay. James Borrego. I'm not surprised, man. It's just you can assume what he's going to say, Coach Joe.
Facts.
So the medical staff says LaMelo is fully healthy, but you're going to ease him in like he's just coming in as a rookie, like you try to do to him in the first few weeks in the NBA. We're not going to give him too many minutes. Really?
I think Melo gonna have something to say about that, and we're gonna see. I think that time and space is gonna dictate, and game and situations is gonna dictate how much Melo plays. I really believe that, especially where we are today.
Exactly. It's go time now.
Yeah,
it's go time. You got to forget trying to secure a playoff spot. You're trying to get the 6th seed.
See, because LaMelo, he's already shown us his fighting spirit. We've already seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Saying he ain't gonna quit and give up. He gonna fight to the end. We've seen that.
Big Body Gamer says every player who's medically cleared gets eased back into games. You guys might be reaching minutes restriction. Nah, if someone's completely cleared to do an activity, this is a wrist injury.
This isn't right. I'm sorry, DJ. Go ahead.
No, you're right. This ain't ligament injuries.
Facts.
This ain't severe ligament injuries. Yeah, you do that with those injuries, but this is a wrist injury. But what are we doing here? Saying, yeah, everybody does that. No, you're acting like this is a Kevin Durant injury, where Kevin Durant has to get less minutes than he usually gets. Jaheim says if Melo don't start, he's gonna be pissed. I think LaMelo will start. I'd be surprised if he doesn't start.
DJ, I'm not sure if I remember. How many fans they letting in the building there now? Do you know? Is it full go now in Charlotte?
No, it's not full go yet, but
okay,
they're working towards that.
Okay.
The rap guy says LeBron came back with 0 minutes restriction. Again, an injury that's not severe.
What an high ankle sprain. How about that?
Cambria Roberts, you hit it on it's his wrist, not his legs or back.
Right, and he was already practicing on his left hand so much, kind of stuff that Kobe used to do. So I can't wait to see these new left hand shots he's gonna do in the game.
Oh yeah, me too. In a weird way, LaMelo has become a little bit ambidextrous.
Well, he always was shooting. You know, he got one of the best left hands to the basket in the game as a guard.
Right.
You know, it is. So he's always used his left hand, but he just now I can just imagine. You know, he's such a gym rat. He loves the game so much. I can just see him. You know, adding something just only having to use that one arm, that one hand. Because again,
Hey, Coach,
he's one of those basketball chumps. Really loves the game.
Hey, Coach, your mic going out. I'm gonna put you back in.
Let me come back.
J&J Video says, I think Melo missed playing just as much as anyone that we miss. Yeah, LaMelo is, he's a hooper. Are you back in, Coach?
I'm back in, yes. So, this is really something really amazing, that we have not seen in a long time of a young man generating this much interest, not just from one source, but from so many eyes, so many lenses, so many different camps and points of view. It's truly amazing, and now a large percentage of it is due to his play. That's what's been so beautiful to watch.
It has been. And before I leave, I'm gonna read this last comment. Last couple of comments. Claudia Portia Taylor said he just love how he goes. He loves the game. Yeah, it's real. There's a lot of athletes, they won't admit this, but they play this game for that bag, and that's their prerogative.
Facts.
If they play the game for the bag, I'm not gonna hate on them.
Facts. It's a job.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody.
And let's stop. Coach Joe, there's a lot of Hall of Famers who would never admit this, but they never liked their sport, but they were so good at it and provided for their family. That's why they kept playing.
Facts.
But I never had a problem with it because it's no different than what we do. There's a lot of jobs we do that is not fun, that we don't like, but we do it, because we're good at it, and it makes ends meet. Now for LaMelo loves the sport.
So, DJ, in my career, I have advised families in my life when the opportunity has presented itself to me on which direction their child should go in terms of baseball or football, or baseball or basketball. And I have more likely suggested baseball because of its longevity. Okay, its injury situation, how much money you can make.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at it from that standpoint of view, from another matrix. So yeah, certainly there are people in the NBA that didn't love it. See, what I don't like is they keep trying to pigeonhole Melo into being saying that he don't love the game because he don't have a love of the players that played before him.
Right.
Because he says that he doesn't watch the games and look at the games in the way that traditionally people who have played the game have talked about it. Well, he clearly loves playing the game and being around himself, because every clip I've ever seen of him in the gyms, when he's either in pickup gyms or in practice facilities and gyms, he's always seems like he is comfortable as a pig in slop. So I don't know. Maybe I'm a fan too much. I don't know.
And you hitting all points, Coach Joe. That's why I love your expertise about life.
Thank you,
That's
DJ.
the problem. That's the problem. Assuming they assume that LaMelo didn't love the sport enough because he said he's not on these athletes' jock like that because he cares about life. But they were wrong. He loves the game, but he lives his life a different way. If he's not practicing and watching film, he's spending time with family and friends. He's not just sitting back watching everybody play all the time.
Facts.
And that's okay.
And his
Brian,
joy for the game just comes out, doesn't it?
Uh-huh. It sure does. Bartrand says they have 10 critical games left. Ain't no easing in. They can fall out of the playoffs. Let them know.
Facts. Sure can. Facts.
Man, you know how close the Eastern Conference is?
Yep.
Man, if I was a coach, I would never even put that out there to the media. Like, oh, we got to ease them. You don't have the luxury to do that.
Look. Tonight's game is a classic example. The game against Boston and San Antonio. Mm-hmm. San Antonio was kicking they behinds. Boston's behind. I think they were up almost 30 points. And at halftime, they were killing Boston. Jason Tatum went on a tear, had 60 tonight, bringing his team back. These wins are crucial in the Eastern Conference.
Jason Tatum tonight, because they're at the Celtics are the 6th seed. That was a message game to all of the NBA, not only NBA, but the Eastern Conference.
Facts.
Telling them, as long as I'm playing this way, y'all can't stop me. And we're trying to keep our playoff seed. He does not want the Celtics to be lower than a 6th seed.
Facts.
Because if you do that, you're going to play a team who has the firepower to beat you. Look at the Wizards. Me and Coach Joe told you all that teams are getting their legs back and getting healthier. That wait until the end of April, mid-April to end of April. We were told, oh, y'all just saying stuff. Now look, Coach Joe, the Wizards are in the winning streak. They're now they're in the 10th seed and moving up. They're 29-35.
And their two guards are Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal. Mm-hmm. Oh wow! In the Eastern Conference? Who vote in a 1-game playoff? Who rooting against them two? Who's saying that they can't come through?
Right.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
Yeah. What do we know, Coach?
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing. I guess. I don't know.
You know, I'm just a fan, man. I'm just a mellowholic, man. I ain't really know.
See the main thing to me that Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook have over advantage of, say, LaMelo and any other guard on their team is that they have chemistry and just being grown men out there playing. They ain't there's no question about who's who and who can do what. But all these games that have been played this year, these political games, has stunted the growth to me of Charlotte having right now Melo coming back to a stable starting backcourt, so they can kind of step back into their roles the way LeBron did tonight with the Kings. The Lakers lost tonight against the Kings. LeBron was 6 of 12. He didn't have a great game, but he was on his first game back. But that's how. But they have something for him to come back to and to step into. We still talking about. Here we are still talking about when Melo come back and on Saturday or Sunday or Monday of next week, if he gonna start. What? What? That's just pitiful. That's pitiful. That's
Right.
pitiful. And that's an obvious thing. That's a real thing. I don't know if he's gonna start him.
That's sad that we don't really know if he's gonna start.
With what he has done,
Right.
his body of work on this team. Come on, people. Come on, family. Come on, people.
Coach
Really?
Joe, this is not like it's not like the Bucks or something that has a good seed, have veteran players, have a superstar already. This team doesn't, besides LaMelo, this team doesn't have a superstar. And now they're giving ultimatums like they some elite organization. Bartran says Melo definitely loves the game, sitting on the sideline, shaking like a crack because he could not get in. Brother's anxious. Look like Pookie out there. Big body gaming says, I don't see the point of the Hornets winning games besides LaMelo and Terry. I don't know who they can build around long term. I think the games are important to win because you want to see LaMelo in the playoffs. And it's good on his resume. He's changed the organization.
DJ, to me, it's good on his life resume.
Right.
Melo's building a career. He's not building a season. Melo, let me repeat that. Put that on remix. Melo is building a career, not a season. He ain't Devontae Graham building his season. He's building a career. It's important for him to take these steps in his career. If he's the dude, let him play.
Let him play. Y'all want to win? Y'all want to make the playoffs? Let them play. And if they spot play them, they don't deserve to make the playoffs if they do that. Letting it be known.
They don't have room to spot nothing. Spot play. Who they gonna spot? Like the Lakers lost tonight. It ain't a big deal for them. They integrating giants back into their fold who can ball. Grown ass men. This ain't what the Charlotte Hornets are doing. Come on, man. They don't have no room. They need everything they can get and more. And as far as I'm concerned, they got the players moving forward in the future for this franchise to me are Miles Bridges and Jalen McDaniels and LaMelo Ball. That's the only ones I see.
Right. And Big Body says, I'd rather Charlotte draft higher early in the career than have a career like LeBron James first go around in Cleveland. At the end of the day, I just want LaMelo to be the focal point that he deservedly needs. He's a number 3 overall pick. He has broken a lot of records. He has changed the game. He at least deserves that. Bartrand says LaMelo making the playoffs in his rookie season is a big deal. Hell, before Lonzo. I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go there, man.
Right, me either. But it's obvious.
Yeah, it is obvious. Well, I bet. I'm sorry,
DJ. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
And to me, it's not. And to me, it's not an indictment on Lonzo. It's just an affirmation of who Melo is.
Right. Someone said it best. LaMelo being great has nothing. It's not bad on Lonzo. It's just that LaMelo's great.
Right. How is it bad on Lonzo? I don't get it.
Right. I never get that.
They different people. I don't get it. This makes no sense to me.
I mean, LaMelo was destined to be great. It's always the youngest who turns
Thank
out
you.
to be great. It happens all the time. Like in my family, my younger brother was the one going D1 and having all the offers. I didn't do that. So that was meant to be.
DJ, didn't the baby say and his son that his mama said that the youngest always gonna go get the money?
Right.
Okay, all right. So he even said it. Come on, people.
And come on, man. And y'all say y'all fans of LeVar, but LeVar said this. He told y'all before it was even popular that the youngest was the best. That's not a shot. That's just he's great. SMG Talks says so Lonzo wasn't destined to be great. Okay. Not like did, Coach, did you see Lonzo even before the draft to be like what LaMelo's doing right now?
No.
I didn't see that, but I did see him being a good player. Like he's gonna, you're forgetting SMG that LaMelo, when he plays a full 30 minutes or a little bit more, he averages 20 plus points per game. That's what the metrics and stats are saying. Only a few players have done this. LeBron James, I'm not saying he's LeBron. They be the first one coach saying, oh, he's not LeBron. I never said it. But I'm pointing out stats and metrics. But yeah, when Lonzo came out and played for the Lakers, I thought he was gonna look really, really good. Like I thought he was gonna attack the paint like he did at UCLA and do all that stuff. That's who I thought he was gonna be, like a mini Jason Kidd. But there was no one who thought he was gonna be like a scorer like that. I didn't think Lonzo was gonna be close to elite scorer.
Well, he didn't show that then to me.
Right.
LaMelo, for when he was little, a little guy in freshman, eighth grade and freshman, he showed that he was going to be a scorer. He scored 92 points for crying out loud.
Coach Joe, I
Yes.
literally thought Lonzo was going to average because he was compared to Jason Kidd. So I thought Lonzo was going to average 15 and 12.
I think that's great.
Yeah. And what if he could still do it when he figures it out? That's a great thing.
I think that's great. I think that's great if he did that.
Yeah, 15 and 12 was great for Lonzo. But no one thought he would be averaging 20. Yeah.
To me, that's great for any pro. That's double. That's double. That's a double. If you look at how many people average a double in a season, it's rare. And then that's why what Russell is doing is so rare. A triple double, it's rare. These are rare things. Rare and rare what? Rare consistency, family.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the league is about: consistency. The more people on your team that you have that can be consistent in what they do well, the better off you will be, the more successful you will be.
Coach is preaching today. Big Body Gaming says Lonzo before the draft always thought his impact would be better than his stats. LaMelo, I thought, would average 25 points and 10 assists. That's correct.
Me too. Facts. I can see that. Yep.
Yeah, we've always thought that, man. Like when you get compared to Jason Kidd, you're thinking low double, like 15 and 10 or 15 or 12 or something like that. 14 and 12. That's what I thought.
You know, or like OG Uncle Vern is saying 16, 13, and 11. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to do that, you can't have body language in a game of against G leaguers, and you ain't trying to punish them.
Yeah,
you're going through the motions.
In the NBA, you cannot afford to go through the motions. You can't let the opposing team deceive you. I don't care if it's the weakest team in the NBA.
Wind up
Bart.
on a poster like AD with a dude named Hachimura dunking on your face.
Facts. Bartrand says, I love Lonzo, but it is what it is. Pretty much, that's what it is.
Yep.
Oh boy, I'm gonna read this, but hey, this is what this person said though. Shout out to Dre in the NBA and make sure you subscribe to his channel. Has great content. He says Lonzo is the type of guy that needs the perfect situation, an organization that challenges him, not constantly take him out of the position. LaMelo is the killer. Doesn't need any motivation. That's perfect what he just said.
Facts.
Anyone in this chat, y'all know this brother is not lying when he says Lonzo needs to be on the type. He's the type of person that needs a perfect situation. Organizations that's challenging him.
Yep.
To be consistent.
Facts.
To give him the ball a certain way, the way he likes.
Facts.
When you watch LaMelo, this is no slight to Lonzo, but this is just real basketball. LaMelo's such a dog, even when he doesn't get minutes. He's out there trying to just punish people.
Put his imprint on the game.
Mm-hmm. Killer.
Because to LaMelo, he can't understand in his mind the way his mind works. From what I hear, from what I've watched and gleaned, how he could be out on the floor and not make an impact on the game. He don't understand that, and all great ones to me don't understand that.
Mm-hmm. Rap guy said, I fully agree with that statement. SMG Talk says Lonzo showed so much signs of being a good scorer. He's a damn third option of the team. Well, LaMelo's not the first option of the Hornets. Or you want to say that's made up too? Coach Joe, is LaMelo, what option you think LaMelo is right now?
A1 positive, A1 number one, number nothing else, nobody even close.
I wish.
And you know what, DJ? Let me be more clear. So let me be more clear so people understand what I'm saying. Okay, is Melo the best a shooter on the Hornets team? No. Is Melo the best 3-point shooter on the Hornets team? No. Is Melo the best rebounder on the Hornets team? No. Is Melo the best free throw shooter on the team? No. Those individual things go to individual players on that team, but everybody who does all of those things at a high level, Melo's the only one that checks all of those boxes. None of the rest of them do, and he's a rookie. That's what I mean by the best.
Mm-hmm. And the team doesn't even make enough plays for LaMelo, and he's still putting up numbers. Jaheim says LaMelo once said, "Mom and Dad raise a killer."
Facts. I mean, DJ, mm-hmm. I hear that when y'all said that when you just read that, I right now heard in my mind's eye saw LeVar on that commercial they do for the NBA where he's telling Melo to cock back and dunk it hard when he was 3, and LaMelo was doing. He was saying, "Yeah, now do another one." And Melo was just, "Yeah." He was just loving. You could see it on his face. That's Melo. Loved it even then.
Dre in the NBA says Jimmy would be in his ears, just like James Johnson when Lonzo went off.
Hmm.
SMG says so. Lonzo does it. Coach Joe, I love questions. I mean, I love statements like this though,
Uh-huh.
because it proves our point.
Yep.
There's not much I have to say, but I've already gave you the answer that yeah, Lonzo needs to play point guard more, but he also has to take advantages of situations and mix his game up. How can you disagree with that? So you're just okay with Lonzo taking threes and not taking advantage of open lanes and take twos? So you're going to ignore the fact that Lonzo doesn't wave off players when you have a mismatch problem? Are you just going to ignore it?
I mean,
So,
I'll give Lonzo credit for two things this season. He raised his 3-point shooting and he raised his free throw percentage. And I think both of those things are headed in the right direction. But he got a lot of improvement to make when it comes to scoring the ball.
I feel like Tyrese right now. What more do you want from me? I've been giving compliments to Lonzo all day. Lonzo's more athletic than LaMelo. Lonzo is stronger than LaMelo. Lonzo could jump higher than LaMelo. Now he's saying Lonzo. So he's been sarcastic. Lonzo doesn't pass the rebound, assists, and defense.
He does all those things. Just like Ben Simmons does those things, but he doesn't do those things at a high elite level every night. That's the problem.
In the NBA, you can't afford to have an off night. Too many of them at that. You just can't. And by saying that we want Lonzo to be consistent, you should want him to be consistent as well if you're a fan. I tell you right now, if LaMelo was never consistent and was lackadaisical and letting people run him over, trust me, I would be saying it right now. But I don't see that from him. So I can't go around saying stuff that doesn't happen.
I would be saying, who kidnapped Melo and bring the real one back?
Right. Facts, man. But Coach Joe, this has been a great show. Blessing to have you here to have real basketball discussion. New Media Nation United. Any last words, OG?
Well, DJ, I appreciate you as always, and I'm always acknowledge and highlight what you do, my brother, here at New Media, the president of New Media. You're taking on the responsibility and the task of being the captain of this ship, my brother, and I appreciate being a part of it. Thank you to the family in the room. You guys make this lively. You bring out see as y'all saw tonight. We got a lot of questions and people saying disagreeing with us. One of my OGs in here, Uncle Vern, disagreeing with us tonight on some of these things, and we appreciate that because we all don't see it the same way, and that's okay. But we remember that we are all family, and so shout out to hashtag New Media, shout out to DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, Nation United, to all the New Media family. Shout out to you guys. As I always like to say, Ubuntu. Because of you, I am. Because of me, you are. We are. Have a great and blessed night, family. Good night.
Peace.
Let me tell you something. Back in my day, let me show you.